Friday, guys. I think that's a horse box about to come past. Yeah. So Jauncey Horse Trials is on today, tomorrow and Sunday. And I popped down this afternoon just to have a little walk around. It was good the intermediate was running, so it was actually quite interesting. I don't mind going down if they're jumping big fences, but I'm not too interested if they're only doing 1900. But no, lots of pros. Andrew Nicholson, the highlight of my day. That man is a legend. I know he's like Marmite, people either love him or hate him, but I have to say from a skill riding wise, he is exceptional. Like his balance, he just judges everything perfectly, and he rode such different horses. I saw him go round 3. He was a busy man. He may have been riding more, I don't know, but walking around the cross-country course he did about 3. And with each horse, such different horses, but every time his timing was perfection. Honestly, totally in awe of the chap. But it's good, it was a good course. It was lots of big hedges and yeah, nice. It was nice to watch. So I went and did that, took a few snaps just to see if they were decent enough to go off on Shutterstock, so we'll see. I'll have a look through later. Out on Mr. Coop, as you can see. It's looking, I don't know how well it's going to come up on camera. It's looking very grey. It didn't say it was going to rain. I'm not convinced now though. It's gone really grey. Like it's been cloudy all day and kind of looked like it was going to rain but didn't. But now it is just, yeah. So we might be about to get wet. But anyway, you know when you've like watched something, whether it's like a horse event on the TV or like you've actually gone and watched it in person, like it always gives you such a riding boost afterwards. Like you just want to get out and ride. And I was like, right, come on, Coop, let's go. I definitely walked the intermediate thinking, if through Coop size, if I was on Coop, could do it for sure. Not on any other horse. But there was nothing out there that Mr. Coop could not have done. There was a particularly tricky combination though, where they jumped a big hedge up onto a bank, then a log which was small, but they jumped a very skinny log. I think it was one stride to a step down, and I thought that was quite technical. Like it was a lot for the horse to see and a lot for a horse to be spooked at. Oh, he says, I've just seen cows. It's all right, we haven't got Sienna with us. Have you seen cows? So that was good to watch. But yeah, it was a good event. It was nice. It was nice to go down. I haven't been to a horse trials in ages actually, so. And it's super local. In fact, you can probably still hear a little bit of noise in the background. I was nearly tempted to go down and show Coop and see what he thought, but I think they're almost finished. I thought probably by the time I get there, they'll stop. What have we done? Picked up a bug or something? So yeah, so we're just going for, just coming up to 5 o'clock now, so just going for a chilled evening ride. Like I say, with the hope that we're not about to get wet, because a lot of grey skies around us. He picked up a, honestly, he's very sensitive to flies, Coop. Touch of a fly and, you know, tail swishing, legs kicking, all that kind of jazz. So I do need to do a bit of story time about our dear Sienna, because as you well know, I did mention the other day that we were having the vet back out and we were sort of just kind of having another kind of reassess of her. Been in a bit of limbo recently and not really sure kind of what we're doing, where we're going. There's some really nasty, horrible bugs out this afternoon that are really irritating poor boy. And I think, guys, you're about to come along for a very long journey with me with her. I'm not having any more horses after this. If I ever suggest that I'm buying any more horses, doubt I could ever afford one. Sorry, Coop. But if I ever suggest it again, please stop me straight away and say no. Don't waste your pennies. I'm done buying more horses. I feel like I've been so unlucky the last few years. Anyway, hang on. Let me just sort Corporal out. Right guys, I've come inside. It's too blustery out there to record while I'm riding. As you can see, I've got Sienna behind me. She's having a little snooze because she's just come in off the field. And I did say while riding Coop that I had a bit of updating to give you guys, or give you a bit of an update on Sienna. Are you ready for this one? It's a long one. You guys ready to come on a long journey with me? This is why I said don't ever let me buy another horse again. I do love them, but I feel like I've been quite unlucky in the last few years owning horses. I mean, Mr. Coop, absolute champ, was very lucky with him, but some of the others, not so great. But anyway, let me give you a bit of an update with her. So obviously she'd broken as a 4-year-old, did a bit of work through her 4-year-old year, but not a huge amount. Had the winter off because for me it's quite hard to kind of work and keep my horses pretty fit through winter because of just lack of daylight hours. So she had all winter off, did a bit of like on the lead, bit of lunging, that kind of thing, but nothing major. Got back into work in February, and from about February to May she was good. I thought I'd seen quite a bit of progression from her. I was kind of really pleased and just thought, this is good. She's grown up a bit and all that. So all started off pretty good at the beginning of the year. She then had a few silly things happen, like she got cast in the stable, she had a slip in the field, she jumped field gate. Just did a few things that were kind of, you know, didn't need her to do, but she seemed okay after them. A few scrapes and bruises and that kind of thing. But generally speaking, there's lots of flies around in the stable, which is why she's swishing around. She was all right. And then as we kind of got more into her work, there were just a few things that were just not quite coming together, and I just thought her kind of progress was slowing down a little bit. And my instant thought was hormones, because she's a mare. And I was thinking maybe this is just a mare thing, because one of the biggest things was that she was quite reluctant. So she just, when you asked her to go into trot, she'd just be a bit like, do I have to? And then she'd trot, and then she'd be fine. But she just would always do this kind of like, I don't really want to. And it always kind of made me think, I wonder why. Like, why does she not want to trot? But like I said, I initially put it down to just thinking it's just a mare thing. And then there was a few other things that kind of appeared, like she was finding her canter transitions really difficult, and she's a really talented mare, and she's naturally very athletic and finds things very easy, but she was like getting really frustrated because she just couldn't get into canter very easily. All right, once she was in canter, but getting into canter seemed to be hard. So again, I was thinking, okay, something's not quite adding up here. So we did think about her hormones, but she's really not a marish mare in the slightest. Like, I can barely tell when she's in season. In fact, I don't know the last time she was in season, because she's not that obvious. So I kind of crossed hormones out of the list. She's always had a supplement and things like that, but I kind of crossed hormones off the list. I was talking to my vet, chiropractor came out, we noticed her SIs were quite sore. We were kind of monitoring them. Like I say, she was doing a lot of growing, and we kind of thought between masses of growing and a few daft things she'd done at the beginning of the year, we thought maybe she'd just upset her SIs and they were just struggling to kind of settle back down. So I came to the conclusion that we should medicate them. But first up, we did a bute trial, because we thought, do a bute trial, just check this isn't a behaviour thing. Anyway, the bute trial showed up some things that were interesting. Her canter transitions on bute were like 100% perfect. Like, she just stepped into canter like it was the easiest thing ever, and I was like, okay, all right, well, that's a massive difference. And the other thing I noticed with her is her movement was so much better. She was more open, she was more free, her stride had got so much bigger. She looked like she was floating, and I was like, oh, this is the horse I brought, this movement here. So these two things really stood out to me that had really improved while she was on the bute. But then there were other things that hadn't changed, like she was still reluctant to trot at times. And I just thought, okay, I'm surprised that didn't kind of settle that down But anyway, spoke to the vet, and we decided to go ahead and medicate her SIs, because we thought if she did injure them a little bit when she got cast or something, then I think she needs some medication to help kind of work her through it so that she can get stronger over the back and keep progressing. So we were all down for doing that. And then the week before, I was like, maybe I should just get her back x-rayed, just peace of mind kind of thing, because I had all her legs x-rayed when I brought her, but we didn't get her back done, and I thought, I'm just going to do it. Like, even the vet wasn't convinced why I was doing it. I was like, let's just get it done. X-rayed her back, and while she was having her back x-rayed, we spotted now I've forgotten the word I want to use, 3 processes. There you go, it did come to me. Oh, hello. Anyway, you all right? Yeah, she had 3 processes that were quite close together. So all the others were great, but she just had 3 that were like closer than you'd like. And obviously you will well know that that's kind of kissing spine. Now the thing with kissing spine is that I think I read a statistic, and now don't quote me on this, but something like 46% of horses have kissing spine. It's just some horses have no issues with it whatsoever. There are Grand Prix dressage horses out there working who have absolutely no problem having a bit of kissing spine. But then there are other horses that can have it and it just affects them. So even though technically we've been given a diagnosis, we don't know for sure that that is what's been causing her poor performance at all. So I'm a bit in limbo still now, because I'm really pleased we found something, even though rather it wasn't kissing spine, but we don't know for sure that's what it is. So that is why she has got her back clipped, because the vet medicated those 3 processes so that we can see if that makes a difference to her now. If she over the next 6 weeks starts looking so much better and stronger, and the canter transitions are perfect and all that, then we're going to know that actually this kissing spine may well be affecting her. If she carries on like she always does and nothing improves, then actually that kissing spine isn't affecting her in the slightest, and we need to look at another part of her body to work out what's going on. So as much as I sort of feel some relief that we found something,
we don't know for sure that actually what we found is the problem. So that's why I said you guys are coming for a little journey with me for the next God knows how long, to see if this is what's going on with her, or whether we need to keep hunting. So I'll look at her. It's just like, feeling a little bit snoozy now that I've been out in the field. So that is the kind of update with Sienna. So like I say, obviously you don't want to find kissing spine in your horse. It's not ideal. But I'm not panicking yet, even though I did look on Facebook and did scare myself a little bit. I'm not freaking out just yet because, like I say, we don't know for sure that this is actually what's causing her poor performance. And until we've kind of watched her over the 6 weeks, see if there's a huge improvement, we're just not, I'm not going to jump the gun, literally. So that's where I'm at the moment with my mare. My troublemaker over there. Good job, she's beautiful.